Ever since the first colonists set foot in Manhattan, New York City has been losing the war on rats. Rats are everywhere. They're in the parks, they're in the sewers, they're in the walls of people's buildings. But now, thanks to a $2.9 million program that targets rats neighborhood by neighborhood,
Mayor de Blasio is expanding a city rat removal program.
The war on rats is on.
it looks like the city is finally starting to make a dent in the rodent population. The program enlists rodent experts to track rats to their nests, then bait and poison them. The effort also involves outreach and community awareness, so residents dispose of food properly and call the city to report rat sightings. It's nothing revolutionary, it's just about persistence. I'm Adrienne Jeffries from Motherboard, and we're talking to Matt Fry, who is an urban entomologist with Cornell University's Integrated Pest Management Program. What's a day in the life of a New York City rat like?
When they first got up, they were hungry. And in New York City, there is no shortage of food for rats because they eat primarily garbage. They're called commensal rodents, which means that they share the same table as us. They feed on sort of the scraps of our society. And so in New York City, there's an abundance of food. Each year, the city produces about 14 million tons of trash. They're also looking for water, so standing water is preferred for rats. And they need shelter as well, which they're probably already in a nest.
So when you're looking for rats in New York City, what are you looking for?
Well, we would look for areas where we see rodent burrows because they are an animal that lives in soil.
How many rats is a typical burrow?
Typically, it could be about 8. They're very cryptic. They tend to stay in the shadows. They come out in dawn and dusk. They are very well adapted to avoiding predation. In New York, the subway system provides a great wintering habitat for them. That infrastructure makes it very difficult to control the rat population.
We're standing here at one corner of the park. There's a group to my left playing mahjong, totally oblivious to all the rats skittering to my right. This right here, though, is like a tale of two trash cans. This is the new one, this is the old one. What's the difference if you're a rat?
Well, as you can see with the older type of garbage can, this is open and a rat could easily get into there. The one behind you, completely closed system. So obviously this is a lot more expensive.
Yeah, this is like a solar-powered trash compactor.
This is ideal for reducing food for rats. This is what we have in most parks.
How many rats are there in New York?
That's probably an impossible question to answer. Some people say there's one rat for every person, which is definitely not a possibility.
At that point, they would just take over.
Exactly. It's more likely that there's several 100,000 rats living in New York City.
What would happen if the rat population went completely unchecked?
They contaminate our food. We could expect droppings in restaurants. They're carrying ectoparasites that can vector pathogens to humans and cause disease problems. They're really a public health threat. And I think we would see a lot of infrastructure problems. Since they chew on wires, we might see more electrical outages that could have devastating consequences. And even their burrowing behavior can collapse sidewalks, creating cavities underneath where we walk.
That's crazy. So if you had to make a bet right now, humans versus rats, who's gonna win? Who would you bet on?
I think as long as there's gonna be humans, there's gonna be rats. And probably after humans, there will still be rats.
Okay, let's do this. We're gonna open the lid of every trash can in this park until we find a rat.
Let's do it.
There's nobody in here either. We're gonna check the trash can that I put some tasty Chinese food in, and I tried a little bit of it first, so I know it's good. So hopefully the rats took the bait. There's a delicate but balanced ecosystem in this park where we've got the humans who are very comfortable here and the rats who are very comfortable here. And it definitely doesn't seem like they're a species that has had war declared on them by the mayor. But who knows, maybe in a few weeks there will be more baiting, more trapping, and we'll start to see the population in this park decline along with the population in the rest of the city.